The fourth characteristic is what we call collaboration, and that's collaboration in two senses. Collaboration with the business, so I've talked already about the need for HR to develop its strategy with the business, to test and retest with the business the relevance of the strategy. And the second area of collaboration is collaboration within HR. We found a number of areas in which, as we said, business partners, centres of expertise were developing strategy, but not in conjunction with the operational delivery part of HR, with knock-on effects in terms of ability to execute.
So for me, it's not just about being a service provider, because if we're just a service provider, we might as well be any outsourced service provider. It's about being close to our customers, understanding where they're coming from, and being able to tell them something they don't know that is valuable to them. So it's much more about a kind of trusted advisor type positioning than, you want X, here it is, with some parsley.
I think collaboration within the HR team is really, really important. We're all pulling towards the same goals. So there's two things that we've done here which have worked particularly well for us. Firstly is having shared goals across our whole people team. And so every person within the HR function has part of their annual performance review judged on the performance of the whole people team and the initiatives that we're landing. So everyone is then looking for ways in which they can support other people's initiatives. So that's the first one. And the second one is I created this council, we call it the Capability Council, which has leads from each of the different functions within HR that meet once a month to give us a sense check of how people initiatives are landing in restaurants and how successful they're being. So really they're like an early warning system for me that if anything's not quite right or not landing quite as we want, this Capability Council picks it up first, and then we can take corrective action before something derails.
Ensuring that HR works really collaboratively has been one of the key drivers of the last few years' evolution as a function for us. And I think historically we worked in silos, our centres of expertise didn't necessarily communicate effectively with our HR business partners. Our business partners weren't ensuring that they worked closely with the centres of expertise. We now have a much greater understanding that is primarily driven out of our HR leadership team, where we are very direct with each other, very open and honest, very trusting that we are all trying to achieve the right things, and that comes of having a clear HR plan. And we are very challenging with each other to say we don't believe that we're acting in the appropriate fashion. I would always take the opportunity to challenge my team that what they were doing actually should be being done by somebody else, and my colleagues on the leadership team would also take that view. And therefore we have far less of the parochial, this is my business, this is your business, and much more of the collaborative working. And that flows through, again, through the business planning process that we use within HR to make sure that what we are doing links back to what the line wants us to do, as opposed to things that we think that they should want. So those two processes work in tandem, a very strong drive from the leadership team plus a real clear focus from the planning process.